This is really interesting, and there are things that I'm in my novel and screenplay that I've looked at. I don't think that I've seen any evidence that is. I've seen a lot of the stories about ancient Van Daniken and so forth, and the theories about how the pyramids were built and about how other things, the Noxal lines and so forth. I've seen the theories. I don't think we have conclusive evidence that this happened. I think that I think that we have to look at what consciousness means, what makes me me, you know, what makes you you. Why am I living in 2019 and instead of why wasn't I alive during the time of Christ or something? Why am I here today in this world and not some other world? I think all of us, our consciousness has parts of us that are subconscious, and parts of our body are sort of conscious in their own. Our consciousness is a composite of separate pieces, and I think those pieces, in a sense, can be split up in the future by artificial intelligence. I think that what may happen is the nanobot idea that one video, it may be robots, it may even be nanobots that wander the universe and mine everything and spread beings, spread the possibility that if life evolves there or something evolves there that is complex enough to need to make decisions to become self-aware, that it can spread possibly the information, even from a world like ours, to another planet. But you won't have beings that look like us, but there'll be something that can live in a different kind of, very different kind of world. There are animals that are much more resistant to radiation, called water bears, or was it tunavit? I forget the name of the animal right now, but those little things that are very the extremophiles. There's another idea that in the Bible, you know, we hear about angels. Nobody says who the angels are. They seem to be beings that take a physical form when they're here and can do miraculous things. And where do they go back to live? Well, it has to be somewhere. Is it another planet? Is it another solar system? Is it another universe? Is it another dimension? We don't seem to have a very good idea on what they are in terms of physics. So I have my own ideas that are in my novels and everything. But I think there's more about consciousness itself and what creates a being that can make decisions, take responsibility for itself. It's interesting. If you've ever had an animal, I had a stray cat adopt me when I was living in Dallas in 1979. He hung around the apartment. He would come back and see me every 3 or 4 days. I know he came back for food, and he would bring mice, and he would bring presents back and everything. He knew things about the world that I don't have any idea of. Animals know things that we don't understand. I could tell that from having a wild animal hang around me. They knew a lot that I didn't know. And it may seem like a very strange notion, but they do know, but there are other kinds of consciousness. They do know things that we don't know. There are other ways of perceiving the world besides the way we perceive it.